Hey you guys, and welcome to Once Upon a Hallow's Eve. Now this is a visual novel, an autumn game. uh Halloween themed. It came out, it was free. So hey, let's just read through it. I know it sounds as boring as hell for you guys, but hardly anyone watches my videos anyway, so I can have fun doing what I want. I used to play autumn games a lot in middle school. Because I was a loser like that. I opened on my iPod and I was just playing those. Oh man. So, yeah. Where's music? Are you telling me that you managed to convince this girl to go with us? Or, she, no, I don't know. There's nothing here. There's no music or anything. My best friend's head nods up and down, looking enthusiastically at our other friend. I know, I couldn't believe it either. Just imagine her hiking up a mountain. Just imagine all the facials and peels she's going to need afterwards to mend that skin. I roll my eyes at my friend's teasing. Madeline smiles, facing me. Why isn't there anything here? Are you sure you really wouldn't mind the sunburns? I sigh, shrugging. The truth is, I really don't want to go hiking to a creepy old mountain. It's quite scary, and not to mention there must be a whole bunch of bugs in that place. Malin puts a hand on my shoulder, probably recognizing my worried face. Hey Lee, you're gonna love it, alright? I just smile back at her. To be honest, I'm not quite sure. My name is... Oh yeah, by the way, did you guys see that I changed my channel name? Finally, something actually cool-ish. Smirk jerk. I love it. I was having some difficulty changing it before, but then, I don't know, it's working now. I thought I'd have something a little more identifiable, no reason. My name is, let's just go for Smirk, yeah. I can't believe that I'm already a graduating college student. For one final out-of-town trip with my friends before we go graduate, we've decided to do something different. How different? We'll see. Here we are, music and everything. The hard, wet ground of the forest feels cold to my cheeks. Wait, what? The hard, wet ground of the forest feels cold to my cheeks? Hard, wet ground of the... I don't know. Hard, wet ground? That's what I said. Immediately stand up in shock, surprised at my current location. I guess I'm lying on the ground or something? This turns out to be a very bad idea, though, as I feel a jolt of pain course through my whole body. My right leg and arm, in particular, feel like they're burning. I crumpled. No, it's more like, ah! I crumble back down to the ground in a heap, sobbing. Looking around me, seeing the dense and dark forest, it feels almost surreal to be here. What am I doing here? I rack my brain for any hint or answer, finally remembering my purpose for being here. My friends and I are on a hike to a popular mountain rest house. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I don't see my friends anywhere. Where could they possibly be? I take out my phone in my pocket carefully, my arm still screaming to me in agony as I make the slightest movements. I realize in horror that the cracked screen was an effect of what brought me here to this dilemma. A landslide. There was a landslide, and we barely managed to avoid it. Help me! Help! I glance at my cracked phone again, now feeling more desperate than ever. Darn, how am I supposed to make a call now? As if you can't make a call with a cracked phone. I decide to stay where I am, not minding the dirt on my beautiful dress. Okay. It hurts too much to move. A flash of lightning shocks me for a moment. I immediately decide to run, to the best of my abilities, to the nearest shelter. It feels more like my whole body is on fire, despite the cold mountain air. But I'm in the middle of the forest, with an injured body and no means of communication. Where could I even find shelter here? I don't know, maybe like a cave or something? I zigzag through the densely populated forest, trying to look for any path of sorts to follow. After a few minutes of searching, however, it becomes very evident to me that there's no hope to find a path here. Sobbing once more, I sit back down on the dirty ground, squeezing my arm tightly to stop the pain. Ah, what a baby. Oh, no, Smirkly. 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 I like that. Smirkly. You can't stay here. You're gonna die in this cold. You have to go. Smirkly. Smirkly! I love it. Bracing myself for the pain, I force myself to stand up. I wince, feeling another painful jolt run up through my arm. Peeking in one direction, I decide to move forward and hope for the best. Lightning continues striking the sky. I wrap my good arm around my body, hoping that my own body heat would be enough to keep me from shivering too much. Rain has started to pour. I'm feeling terribly cold. Right now, all I want to do is curl up and cry somewhere. I really need to find some shelter, though. After walking hopelessly for about an hour, I noticed a decrepit-looking mansion up ahead. It looks really ancient. I think it may even be haunted. Should I take a risk? Well, I mean, stay out in the rain and die from the cold, or walk into a mansion, which is also probably a bad idea. Seeing a certain game-ish thing. Let's risk it. I've got no choice. I have to seek shelter tonight or I'm gonna die from the cold. I limp towards the mansion, trying my hardest to calm my nerves. It's a pretty hard thing to do, especially when half your body is screaming in agony. Don't worry, Smirk. You can make it. Despite looking very ancient, I'm starting to believe that there are actually people who live in this place. The grass seems well trimmed. That must mean something, right? I craned my neck to peek inside the vast yard. To my surprise, something blue-looking suddenly darts from somewhere nearby. Why did you need to crane your neck? I mean, you could see through the gates pretty easily like that. What was that? My voice may be drowned out by the rain, but it's enough for me to hear the fear in my own voice. I turned around, looking for the place where I saw the blue thing. Then from my peripheral vision, I see it again. A flame. A bluish-looking flame. What? My voice shakes with fear, and once again I realize I'm all alone in a dark and creepy forest. I feel tears well up in my eyes as I start running towards the mansion, panicking now. I want to scream for the door to be open, but I'm too scared of anyone else hearing me. Running my fingers through my hair, I try to steady my breathing before knocking 3 times on the old wooden doors. With a creaking sound, the door slowly opens to reveal half a face looking at me. A shocked face, to be exact. Before I could say anything, the face disappears inside, and I hear the person running away. What the hell? I sound completely clueless to what I should do next. To my surprise, the door opens again with the same creaking sound. A tall young man stands between me and the door, looking at me very suspiciously. I put my best smile and open my mouth to speak, just to have the door slammed in front of my face. I'm not here to talk about the good word. I'm here to, get some shelter. Just saying. The nerve. Huh. If you don't want me, then Strange flashes of blue dart around my peripheral vision, and I find myself desperately knocking on the doors. What do you want? Please let me in. I'm not doing that. Please, you have to let me in, please. The young man opens the door and looks suspiciously down on me. Staring at him, I could tell he has no plans of letting me in whatsoever. My heart sinks like lead, and the complete severity of my situation starts dawning on me. What should I do to deserve this? I see the young man open his mouth, but before he can say anything, everything's turned black all around me. I wake up to the feeling of warm, fluffy blanket, so unlike the cold, damp feeling I had just experienced in my dream. Feeling the soft cotton of my bed underneath me, I sigh. Thank goodness it was just a dream. Scary forest, the rain, blue flames I saw. For a moment there, I thought it was real. Victor? Vaughn? I think she's awake. A sudden voice snaps me out of my daydream, and I open my eyes to search for its source. The dark eyes of a dark-haired boy sitting next to my bed meets my gaze. Whoa, the music is glitching. Oh, okay. With a start, I realize I'm lying down on an unfamiliar bed in an unfamiliar room. Unfamiliar boy sitting beside me. Where are you? What are you? Where am I? What did you do to me? The boy looks visibly panicked now and immediately stands up from his chair. Victor, come on! Who are you calling? I stretch my right arm towards the boy and point at him, only to realize it's wrapped in a bandage from my shoulder to my elbow. I stop moving and realize that a slight hint of pain is emanating from my shoulder area. Paint? Really? Paint? I mean, I know that the girls in these autumn games are pretty dense, but paint? Paint. But paint. Yeah, it's just some red paint coming from your injured shoulder. That's it. It's just paint. Don't worry. My gosh. What? I look at the boy once more and recognize his face from earlier. You're that boy from earlier. He just stares at me, not saying anything. Tell me, what am I doing on this bed? I tried to sit up, only to feel a jolt running through my leg. Ow! How many places am I injured? Don't move. Gently, as if to calm me down, he held his hand out, palm forward. You're hurt. Having calmed down now, I suddenly realized that I'm most probably inside the boy's house. Really? Did I faint? He nods, confirming my worry. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry for the trouble. Again, the boy just stares at me, quite expressionless. What's your name? Before he could reply, though, another voice comes from outside the room. Vern! The door opens, and in comes two other young men, immediately heading towards the bed. For a moment, all my worst fears seem to be materialized in my head. One of the men, the blonde one, looks down on me, regarding me with a suspicious look in his eyes. I recognize him as the guy who wouldn't let me in earlier. I smile, preparing to open my mouth so I could thank him for letting me in. However, it seems to make him agitated. Just leave. Go away. What the hell? What? I told you, go away. Just as he was about to pull me from the bed, the other dark-haired man moves closer to him. Vaughn, you know better than to do that. Huh. He turns to me, his face a mixture of confusion and curiosity. Wait, that one. Who are you? I opened my mouth to answer, but the other guy, Vaughn, his name, I think, moves in between us again. Victor, you can't be serious. There's no need to let this girl's name. Learn this girl's name, not let this girl's name. Ah, shit, I keep hitting the mic. Vaughn turns to me with daggers shooting out of his eyes. Grr. Out, now. You're a jerk. What are you saying to me, bro? Huh? 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 You wanna go? You heard me. Get out. Make me. Wait. You don't understand. Look, I'm really sorry for making such a ruckus earlier. Glance at the boy on the other side of the room. There's a storm out there and I really need to... I don't care. Just get out. What a jerk. He takes a hold of my good arm, tugging it slightly upwards. What? No, please. You wouldn't want to make a girl wet, would you? You wouldn't want to make a girl wet, would you? Yeah, you must be gay. You wouldn't want to make a girl wet. Oh, no. Oh man, okay. Did they get that too? ... Out. I pout sadly, putting on my cutest face. So it works whenever I'm asking for favors. That is 100% success rate. Tried and tested. Vaughn stares at me for a moment before frowning. Out. Now. My mouth falls open as I realize my foolproof tactic has just failed. I break free from his grasp and cross my good arm over my chest, holding onto my bandaged arm. What? You aren't such a gentleman, are you? The other man chuckles softly. Well, it's not a gentleman at all, lady. I turned back to Vaughn, who is currently staring at me with eyes of steel. Why are you leaving yet? What? I can't believe the rudeness of this guy. Come on, let's listen to her story. But Victor! The young man named Victor only shakes his head. She's hurt, can't you see? You can't just pull her out of bed. He points at me. You, what are you doing here? Me? Yes, you. You don't think I would ask my brothers that question, would you? I look back and forth towards them, realizing the resemblance. I don't see any resemblance, honestly. Just answer his question. Hello, I'm Smirkly. I was on a hike, I think, and then I fell, and now I'm here with nowhere else to go. If it's okay with you, I'd like to stay here for the night. It doesn't really seem that the storm will let up anytime soon. Two men look at each other as if they're thinking of what to do next. I bite my lip anxiously. I'm already inside and lying on one of their beds. I'm not sure why they're still torn on whether or not they should let me stay. But if they won't let me stay, I'll be forced to stay the night outside. And if I go outside, I'm scared. Scared? Of what? Scared of the rain? No. In my mind's eye, I suddenly see a flash of blue appear. A shiver runs down my spine as I remember my earlier encounter in the forest. I'm scared of those blue things. I mean, you could just say something you saw outside. You don't have to be like, hey, blue things. So you'll sound crazy. Blue? Two men suddenly glance at each other with a frown on their faces. What do you mean, blue? I saw some blue things out there. I'm scared. Victor closes his eyes for a moment, breathing deeply. Vaughn, on the other hand, keeps his arms crossed in front of him, looking extremely annoyed. I decide to ignore him for now, making a mental note to get back at him later. The older man opens his eyes, narrowing them a bit at me. Fun. Vaughn's eyes widen in surprise. You're allowing her to stay here? Vaughn, stop being such a meanie. Victor, don't tell me this girl doesn't irritate you. I make another mental check to totally get back at this guy as soon as I can. Victor looks at me up and down, smiling. She's soaking wet. Let her stay for the night. After all, she's already in bed. But Victor... Suddenly, the younger boy from across the room runs behind Victor and looks at him with panic in his eyes. Victor smiles and pats him on the head. It's okay. Why do they all have V names? The boy, Vern, whimpers and looks back at me half-toned. Vaughn shakes his head, looking disgusted at the turn of events. Whatever. With another roll of his eyes, Vaughn stomps out of the room, looking quite pissed. I smile at Victor. Thank you. That's alright. You were just in time, actually. Just in time for what? Dinner. Oh, hey. Dinner. Oh? If you could still spare that energy to walk, I'd love it if you ate dinner with us tonight. Wow, thank you, but I really don't want to intrude on you guys. I mean, you already fixed me up, so... I shrug, pointing at my bandages. No, it's okay, I insist. It's my very own recipe, so I'd appreciate if you gave it a taste. And besides, as a medical student, it's my job to take care of the injured. Oh, he has a medical background, that's cool. You're sure it's okay? I really don't want to disturb you guys so much. Of course. Turning to Vern, he smiles. Vern, please? Vern helps me get off bed and assists me as we walk out the door. He barely looks at me though, let alone speaks to me. I suppose he's just a really quiet kid. This music, when the music changes, it really glitches out weirdly. I look around me in wonder and amazement as we make our way through the house. I say house, even though mansion would be the most suitable term. If there's one thing I was right about, it's this mansion's ancientness, if that's a word. Dirty old paintings hang on the dusty walls, making everything look like a mini palace. So they don't clean up after themselves, they don't like dust or anything. We pass through a large vacated room with a beautiful chandelier up above. Come to think of it, I think this place could have been a private office once. The four of us continue walking inside the house, and I realize how hollow and devoid of life the whole place seems. Here are three young men who seem to be at the peak of their lives, living in a decrepit old mansion in the middle of nowhere. Something about this strange setup gives me the chills. I glance at the three as we walk. They don't look any different, or even dangerous though, especially Vern. The boy looks like he couldn't even hurt a fly. Finally, we arrive at the long dining table. Well, that's weird, it has a big old empty spot in the middle. To be honest though, it looks nothing like a dining table to me. The shelves of books lined up against the wall aren't helping either. The table near the windows is creepy. I can almost imagine someone sitting there, watching everyone as they ate. Victor tells us to take our seats wherever we want, and I end up sitting across Vern and Vaughn. Victor sits across from us. After a bit, he stands up to leave. I try to look questioningly at the other two young men, but Vern won't meet my gaze and Vaughn is looking at me too sternly. Sighing, I just close my eyes. Victor returns after a few minutes with a tray of food. He starts serving us quickly, to my surprise. Oh, thank you. He smiles as he hands me a napkin. Can you eat without help? Or do you need one of us to assist you? I feel an embarrassed blush creeping up my face. Oh no, I'm fine. I can eat with my left arm, don't worry. Alright, if you say so. After he has finished setting the table, we all take a sip of the soup. Wow, you made this? It tastes wonderful. You think so? Oh, shucks. Who says shucks in a non-ironic way? Who says shucks? Honestly, ooh. It's not bad. Not bad. I roll my eyes at the other guy's comments. It tastes really awesome. Turning to Victor, I smile. It's a good thing it's you who's cooking and not anybody else. Well, what's that mean? I feel daggers go straight through my soul as Fawn's steely gaze meets mine. I don't know if anyone would be able to not learn how to cook when they're always assigned to take kitchen duty. Well, there's some people like that. And I'm not some people. You less cooking, that's it. Hey, you love my cooking, don't you, Vern? It's not bad. Victor chuckles softly. The lull in the conversation gives me the opportunity to ask them about something that's been bugging me for a while now. I was just wondering, what are you three doing here? Vaughn suspiciously looks at me. Why do you care? I flinch, forcing a smile to my face. Hey, it's middle of nowhere. Of course we're somewhere. What did you think? But you're up in the mountains, so my voice falters, and we all turn in the direction of Vern, who looks up at us with no expression on his face. Sorry. Without another word, he picks up the broken pieces of chinaware from the floor. Victor wipes his mouth with a napkin and sighs. Boys. He stops and sighs again. Juan gives me a death glare. I feel myself shiver. Shaking my head as if to dispel all the scary vibe coming from the blonde guy, I try to change the topic of the conversation. Victor stops eating halfway, spoon still in the air. Yes? I just want to thank you guys for taking care of me when I fainted. And for the bandages, of course. The first and the last brother both look at each other, while the middle one looks like he couldn't care less. After a pause, Ren just smiles softly at me. It was a Vern or Victor, I forget. We're just glad to help someone out. Vaughn rolls his eyes. Oh, we can definitely help someone out. Victor shoots his brother a disapproving look. As I glance at Vaughn, I sigh to myself. I'm so obviously unwelcome here. Me? My beauty? Unwelcome? Huh. Wow, I'm narcissistic. This is just like me. Wow. I swear, I feel a real connection to this character. Other than her stupidity of thinking pain is coming from her shoulders, I would hellish. At least I have some sort of brains, but yeah. I'm just a narcissistic. The nerve of these guys. Oh, my beauty. Oh, remind me to leave first thing in the morning. Hey, you. Huh? You leave first thing in the morning, okay? What? Hey. I have an aim, you know. It's smirkly, alright? Get it. Get it through your head. It's smirkly. Victor chuckles, clearing his throat. He looks almost relieved somehow. Oh, that's right. It seems we forgot to properly introduce ourselves. I'm Victor. He looks at the other two expectantly, but I know that one of them is way too angry at me, while the other simply doesn't care enough to introduce himself to me. Victor's eyebrows furrow, but he just sighs and proceeds to introduce them himself. These are my brothers, Grumpy Vaughn and Scaredy Cat Vern. I'm not grumpy. Vaughn protests, glaring at me. And I'm not a scaredy cat. Vern just blushes. Well, what do you know? Victor's eyes shine brightly as he smiles at me. He's probably the most evil one, honestly. Victor probably has this secret evilness about him. And you? Smirkly. Okay, guys, so, Bandicam crashed and the game crashed all at the same time, and yeah, that was interesting. So I fixed the video. I hope it looks alright. I hope there's not any glitches in it. And I had to go all the way back to spot because of course I was stupid and didn't save. So I was clicking through. Thankfully it's just easy to click through a visual novel. I'm back. I'm probably gonna end it soon though. Smirkly. Smirkly? Yeah, I'm a half. Oh, a half. What, half annoying and half irritating? Or perhaps half an out. Or perhaps half an outsider and half an unwanted guest? I feel my eyes widen at his words. Without wanting to, I feel my eyes starting to well up with the tears. The tears! Oh my gosh. His eyes darken all of a sudden, and he looks me down. Perhaps half living and half. Victor bangs his hand on the table, causing all three of us to look at him. I probably shouldn't hit my razor products like that. That's not the right way to treat a lady, Vaughn. To my surprise, Victor suddenly interrupts his brother, giving him a death glare. I don't care. Why couldn't we just let her soul get lost for eternity? His voice sends shivers down my spine. Both Victor and Vern stare at their brother in horror. Wait, what did you say? Well, I don't exactly understand the full extent of what he said. I could definitely feel it wasn't anything good. The three brothers all look at me, surprised. What? Vaughn, what did you say? Lost for eternity? Vaughn's eyes are still set harshly. I see a hint of nervousness in his gaze. The youngest brother holds his utensils tightly. Well, time for bed. No, wait, Vaughn, why did you say that? Is there something about this place I don't know about? Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you off at a cliffhanger. I don't know, I just like reading and reading through these. So, let me know if you wanna see more, and all like 1, 2, 3 of you. I can play some more, just because the fun of it. Why not? Let me know if there's any Halloween games you guys have seen around that would be fun to play. Yeah, so I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.